Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stream Key podcast. Finally got it all set up and ready to go. This is Fhone-In Friday. That's what we're calling it as of today, as of 5 minutes ago. And today's special guest is WoolsyMammoth here with me and Velokk. Woolsy, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm a little excited. I got my hopes up last week and I missed it. I was like, God, I have to wait a whole nother week for this? Come on.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I got so sick just out of nowhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Classic.
Go, man.
Classic green.
We're here now.
Yeah, that's what matters. So, cool. So let me quickly explain how this show works for anybody who hasn't seen it before, since we've only done one episode before. Basically, the Friday episodes of this show are more kind of off the cuff and more driven by you guys as viewers. So you can call into the show to bring up a topic related to Twitch that you'd like to talk about. It could be about, if you want help as a streamer, trying to improve there, or you want to talk about something that's hot on Twitch right now, whether it's like Dr. Disrespect or Logan Paul on Twitch, what you think of that, changes that are coming to the platform, maybe you think Twitch is going to replace YouTube or something. We can talk about that on the show and discuss that and have a big debate, more of like a heated discussion as opposed to the regular interview thing. So should be a cool little show. If you have a topic you want to talk about, you have to join our server, which I'm going to put in the chat right now. You just join the Discord server and join the waiting room. In the Discord server, there's a voice chat called waiting room, which means that you want to be on the show. That's how we know. And then put your topic, whatever it is, there's a text channel called live topic submissions, and just quickly jot in there what you want to talk about. If we like the topic, we'll pull you onto the show and you can talk about it with us. So hopefully that makes sense. It'll start to be a little less crazy as people come on the show, but basically join the server and join the waiting room if you want to get on the show. And that's how we start that process. But we do like to start with some general Twitch news before we get into the caller shows, just to let people kind of join the server. So you guys, the biggest thing I think I've seen this week is Total Biscuit. Are you guys familiar with Total Biscuit? What happened to him last night?
Not at all.
No? So Total Biscuit is a pretty well-known... he's kind of on everything like YouTube, Twitch, just gaming in general. He started as a game critic on YouTube, but did have a big presence on Twitch. Actually, you guys know like the LUL emote, the LOL emote people spam? That's his face on Twitch.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, which is I just found that out today. But he's just a huge gaming presence, and he actually just passed away from cancer last night, I believe. So it's kind of been shaking the whole gaming community, and just wanted to say that has really kind of impacted me.
How old was he?
Sorry, go ahead.
How old was he?
I think he was like
44.
Not that old even. I think he was like 34 or something. 35. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. But he'd been fighting it for a 33. While. Oh, 33. Okay. Yeah, geez, that's crazy. He fought it so well though, and I've listened to another podcast where he was talking about it. It's crazy because Velokk and I actually, this is super ironic. We were at TwitchCon last October, and we saw him on a panel about podcasting. Yeah. And he's like, we took a bunch of inspiration for this podcast from him, and now we're talking about it on this podcast. It's just like full circle today.
Really weird thing about it like that, for sure.
It's crazy. But definitely have to talk about that a little bit. Is there anything you guys have noticed on Twitch in the past week that has kind of caught your attention news-wise that you're excited about or have thoughts about? Just before you jump into viewer stuff?
Nothing really sticks out for me. I mean, I know Tim the Tat. I've been paying a little bit of attention to Tim the Tat Man, who's like starting to get above 15,000 consistently, which is pretty cool because he was kind of at like a lull for a while. But like, I don't know, as far as like serious news or anything like that, I haven't seen anything. How about you, Woolsy?
Yeah, I noticed that too. I saw the other day when I got on that he was actually the top channel, like #1, and that's oh, wow. I think that's the first time ever that I've seen. He had like 50,000 viewers, which obviously, Ninja wasn't streaming, and whoever else. But either way, to be the #1 stream on Twitch at any point, whoever is or isn't streaming is an accomplishment. So, props to him. I'm glad to see him succeeding.
Yeah, for sure, because he's definitely been at like a lull of like just like sticking around like 14 to 16,000 for a while. But like I think playing with Ninja got him some more like attention.
Oh yeah.
And then Ninja not playing, all those people that saw him playing with Ninja before, like just brings more people to him. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Are you guys both Tim the Tatman watchers? Is that how you met? Or I don't know, like, because you guys quickly, we should talk about this probably. You two have kind of been like raiding and just networking with each other for a while. You want to quickly talk about like how that happened and the story back there?
So like honestly, like I had been playing Subnautica at the time, and so I wanted to start networking with other streamers that I felt like were basically like worthy. You know what I mean? Like other streamers that just like I felt like they were just entertaining people that just understood streaming and everything. Because I'm not gonna waste my time on a streamer that just doesn't like sit well with me, And so I was going through a lot of streamers that were playing Subnautica, and I found Woolsy, and I hopped in his channel, and like I do like honestly like my process is super fast. Like so the first 2 minutes I don't really say anything. I'll just like kind of like watch the stream and just like analyze it or whatever. And so I was just like watching the stream. I was like, within the first 2 minutes I was sold. I'm like, dude, this guy, like he's a solid streamer. So I just started talking to his channel and everything, and just like obviously like we like became friends from that. And so it was just one stream I decided to go network with some people, and became more than networking, obviously, because I consider Woolsy a friend for sure, I would say.
It bloomed into love.
Yeah, for sure.
We nurtured it,
My door's not closed all the way, so my wife might hear, but she's gonna get a little jealous for sure.
Well, listen, she's gonna have to accept the truth eventually. But yeah, I mean, it was basically the same thing. He came in, and it's in a game you've played for a while. It's surprising when you get a new good viewer, to be honest. So it was neat to have him come in. And a lot of times, when someone comes in and you talk to them and you find out that they're a streamer, I'm going to be honest, the majority of the time when I go and check out their channel, if they're a small streamer or like our size streamer, then I don't want to be rude, but I'd like to say that there's probably a reason that they're a small streamer. And Velokk was one of the few times that I was impressed. So I was like, man, I guess it's one of those few times where it's mutual. where we both like each other.
For sure, man. And like we definitely like kind of like started connecting over the fact that we both have like a huge fear over open water. Like he was playing Subnautica, so I started talking about how terrified I am of that game, and he felt the same way. He was much farther in the game than I ever got, because I couldn't continue playing it that much longer after that. But so props to you, Woolsy, for making it that far, because like that irrational fear of the open water was so real in that game. I can't even handle it.
I think that must mean that your fear might be a little bit more intense than mine, because
it's pretty real.
It was there, but I was able to push past it. But I watch you, and it's there, and it's not going away anytime soon.
Oh, definitely. Man. So bonding over beards and fears. It sounds like.
Yep.
It's a good band name right there. Similar to Tears for Fears.
Perfect.
All right, that's awesome. I just want to get some of that backstory. I see people are joining into the server now, which is good. And again, I just want to quickly explain this. You just join the Discord server, and you join the Join Here waiting room if you want to be on the show, and we'll pull you in once you're good to go. So I spammed the link in the chat for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, like 6 times. So go click on that link, and you can be on the show with us, just calling, not the video, just the audio. So
yeah.
Couple things I saw over the past week with Twitch. So we talked last week about how they're replacing the Pulse, and I don't even remember what it was called because we didn't use it so much.
It's that feed thing, or what is it? Oh my god! Basically, the thing that made it so you can post on the channel feed.
Yeah, that's right.
The thing that made it so you can post on Twitter.
Right. Or like
use that.
You know what we're talking about? Yeah, that's exactly what we thought last week.
What?
You know that thing under your stream where you can like post a status or like cross post to Twitter, a little thing to your followers.
Yeah, that thing that nobody uses.
Exactly. Right.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So Twitch decided they're getting rid of that, which we thought was good.
Sure.
Yeah. But turns out one of the things they're thinking to replace it with is on the front page of Twitch, they want to do like a Discover feature. So if you use Spotify, they have that like Discover Weekly type of thing. It'll be like the Discover thing catered towards you as a viewer, I guess. Streams that you might like to watch, things like that. So I thought it's a really cool idea. I don't know what you guys think of that.
So is it something that's going to be showing up on the dashboard?
I think it's on like the home page. They're kind of vague about it right now. They haven't really rolled it out.
Like basically the only thing that they would have to go off of is like the communities that they stream to and the games that they play. And aside from that, that's it. And that's not enough. Like there's not enough detail in that to really justify. Like I just like it's cool that they're trying to lean towards doing something like that, but it's just not going to work right now because you're basically doing it's the same thing as going into browse and like going to like say I want to watch someone play like Mario Kart. Like it's the same thing. Like you're still gonna have to like there's still gonna be streamers on there that you really don't like or care for, and there might be the occasional like really good streamer that you do enjoy or something. It's just like I feel like there's not enough. It's so hard to measure each streamer.
Yeah, it is.
Just on like that's interesting.
What's the criteria? When it's like when it's so it's the discover thing that's supposed to help you find other channels that are like the ones you like already.
I guess so.
But how does it what metrics is it using?
Probably like
that.
I don't know I always compare it to Spotify just because I know that probably goes off of like maybe games that you like to watch, maybe similar size streams. I don't know. Again, we're kind of guessing here, but I think the idea has potential. I don't know. What do you think, Woolsy?
I think it's got the same potential that the feed had. I mean, it sounds great on paper when you write it down, and it's like, yeah, there's a discover feature that connects you to channels that you like, just like the ones you already watch, and you don't have to do anything, and the streams grow, and you're happy. But then you get in there, and you're like, well, okay, I can't do it by games because if you connect people just by the game they stream, then you're gonna get everybody. Like there's no connection just because so you like this guy for Fortnite, that guy for Fortnite, you're gonna watch Ninja and then this guy with one viewer, or if it's size viewers, that's not gonna work either. Like I don't know. I think that it would be very difficult to have metrics that actually make sense.
Yeah, like, they would have to do like a review thing.
Yeah,
like it would have to be like something that like your viewers could review you or whatever. Like your viewers could like give you some sort of like more like this person leans more towards energy, or like like this person's a really skilled gamer. Like they like to teach their skills to other viewers and stuff like that. Like there had to be something that like you'd have to have some sort of information input somewhere more than what there is currently. Obviously,
right?
It would like I don't know. It would take a lot of time. Like a bunch of people would either have to review your stream, or you'd have to put in some information on like what your stream is all about.
There's probably something you get automatically just by like what you play a lot, things like that. But
see, like, and then I think about that, but then like my channel specifically, we switch games every week, and someone finds me because they love, say it's the 3 days I was playing Fortnite. I hate that game, but somehow I got roped into it, and then they find me. They're like, "Oh, sweet, discover this guy likes Fortnite." They come in, I'm like, "I hate this shit. I can't wait to never play this game again." They're like, "Well, that discover feature didn't work that well," And if I can think of an example that fast, then I don't know. It's going to take a lot more workshopping.
Yeah. Do you think it's still better than having nothing at all, though?
No.
Okay.
I think that if you're going to put if you're going to put a feature like that on your front page, it better work. Like, because right now Twitch isn't broken. Like, you're not trying to create a feature to fix something. Right. You're trying to make it better. So why you don't want to, just like the feed, they started to push this so hard, but nobody cares. Like, it's not, Twitch isn't Twitter, so stop trying to make it Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were saying last
That's why it died.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think the reason they're doing that is because some people are kind of expressing that they want more ways to get like exposure on Twitch, which I guess this is what they're kind of experimenting around with. But
yeah. I mean, people just don't appreciate the grind, though. You know what I mean? People just don't want to put in the time.
Right, like, hey Twitch, is there a way that I can get more viewers fast? Question mark. Like,
that'd be
just
great.
Give me all your viewers, please. I just need 10 minutes, and you'll see how awesome I am. That's how this works.
Come up with some features that make my job easier, and that would be great. Oh, okay. We'll get right on that.
I'll be the next Ninja instantly. That's how this works.
Can you make Ninja auto host me? Is that something?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Thanks, Switch. Sounds good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Problem solved.
Thanks,
right
buddy.
there.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
Glad we're friends.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Because Twitch gives a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking kind of on, I saw something in the chat talking about YouTube pointing the same kind of crap, which we should probably briefly talk about. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's been a little bit of controversy over the past few days because YouTube has now said that they're playing around with the way that subscription boxes work. So, typically on YouTube, if you subscribe to a lot of channels, if you go into your subscriptions list, it's in chronological order of like most recent video that you can go watch. Now they're playing around with maybe changing it to be like, well, we think this is the video you want to see most, like Facebook style, where it'll just kind of randomly show things out of order. And YouTube content creators are kind of up in arms about that. So it's like maybe another reason that Twitch could take over the space, as some people are saying. I don't know.
Wait, so why are they upset about it?
Because basically YouTube keeps making these changes where people just have to do these extra steps to find the videos they want to watch. So now, for example, like if you subscribe to a channel, you have to choose to be notified every time on top of being a subscriber. So like it's not enough to just subscribe anymore. You have to click the little bell thing and then change your notification preferences to be always instead of like sometimes, which just all these extra steps that make getting your video to subscribers really hard. Like imagine like if you were streaming and Twitch just suddenly decided to sort the channels by some random algorithm that you didn't know what it was. But it's like, well, I guess hopefully Twitch shows me today, instead of like viewers, it would be like, well, we think this is the channel you want to watch, right? Like imagine that. That's kind of what's happening to YouTube, and people are getting very frustrated because especially smaller people, they kind of like rely on sub boxes to be seen. Right. Whereas now, if, YouTube thinks, hey, you probably want to watch this guy who's like a top 10 YouTuber, but maybe not this little guy anymore. That makes it really hard for them to be seen. So that's been its whole.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Other drama that is maybe going to impact Twitch too. We'll see.
YouTube just hasn't been doing well lately. They just haven't been doing the right things, man. I don't know. It's gonna they're just making it more difficult, more frustrating for everyone to be a YouTuber. I wouldn't want to dedicate all of my time to just strictly YouTube. It's so oversaturated, and YouTube just keeps making it harder and harder to make money and do anything really. Right. You can't. It's so hard to stand out now.
Like, yeah, and I'm with you, and I don't know. I think that it's hard for me to have sympathy for the small YouTuber, right? That is feeling like there's yet another way that they're, because you're already hidden. Before this, you were a small YouTuber posting videos of what? Like along with 100 million other people, like you were already not being seen. So if you weren't doing anything noteworthy before this, is it really going to impact you that much? I don't know. I feel like too many times people want to use those things as crutches, right? Like to say why they're not growing or succeeding. And I just think that it's an easy way to cop out when you could. It's a lot harder to just look and say, like, maybe I'm just not doing things correctly. Maybe I just need to switch up my approach instead of blaming YouTube for their algorithm, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like blaming Ninja for stealing all of your views.
Right.
Dang it, Ninja. That's why I'm getting one viewer, man. He took the rest of the 200,000.
I want to share this with you guys because I think y'all would appreciate this. It won't take very long. But so we were playing this game called Clone Drone. Okay, in the dangers. I saw that Velokk, you played that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and we stopped playing it. We stopped streaming it a while back because the community around that game was just toxic as.
Jeez.
So, anyways, and when I say community, I mean the viewers, the people who play it, probably the developers. I don't know. So I launched the game. It's one of the last times I think we streamed it at this point in time, and I have someone come in my stream within 3 minutes of me going live, and they say that I need to stop streaming because I'm stealing their viewers, and they need to pay for college. Yeah, that was their go-to. They said because I was under the clone drone tab, but I was still on my cam screen, my idle screen, because we were still getting the stream loaded up. He said, "You're not even playing the game." I said, "Well, we're about to. I promise." And he was like, "Well, the fact that you're sitting in the game, and you're not actually playing, you're stealing my viewers."
Give me my viewers back.
Everybody in here, if you want to go watch him, feel free. Oh wait, these are all my viewers. I forgot. And he actually down the road, probably 30 minutes to an hour later, ended up getting banned from my channel because he was so outraged about the idea of having to subscribe to a channel to participate. When he was trying to pay for college and blaming me for stealing his viewers, all like 15 that I had. I don't know what college he had on his mind, but I'm pretty sure the 15 that I had were not going to fund him. But,
oh my gosh.
He had the balls to come in and tell me to stop streaming. Just sir, turn off your stream, please. You're taking my viewers.
Bro, you are holding back my education right now.
Yeah.
I can't get a degree because of you. Oh
like
my
that
gosh.
just like that mentality on Twitch just bothers me so much. Like I'm on Twitch because I need to make money now. Like you're doing the wrong fucking thing, man.
Yeah, you're right. Like, you need to do a 180, my friend.
I've been doing this for like 2 years, and like making money is not what I'm doing, man.
That's what Twitch is, right?
Yeah. Twitch is just a place where you go play video games and people just throw money at you.
Yep. It's really easy.
That's it, man.
Other people for taking
Quick
your
cash,
viewers.
start a stream.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's get into the actual viewer stuff here. We can keep talking about this. I think GamerDad NC is our first guest, and it is his birthday, so let me drag him in here.
It is his birthday.
GamerDad, are you there, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Beautiful.
You guys doing
So
good too?
great.
What's would you like to talk about on the show today, friend?
Well, I just wanted to get your three opinions on the new channel analytics now that Twitch has finally turned off the old stats page, and it's all funneled through either stream summary or channel analytics. I know some of the stats you could look up in the past are gone, like looking at your chatter numbers, like the active chat numbers throughout the course of like a month or something like that. You can only look them up stream by stream now, where before you could look at different graphs and stuff for things beyond just average viewers. So I wanted to kind of get the opinions from you guys on that impact. 'Cause there's a lot of things in there that I used to look at personally that are just now poof, gone.
Really? What kind of excuse me, what kind of stuff have you noticed that's missing from the new stuff?
Well, they used to tell you some different ways of your sources of your viewership. Like now you can look at everything coming in from followers and stuff like that. But they used to have the raids and hosts percentage, right? So if you're out of the 100%, if 50% of your viewership's coming from raids and hosts as opposed to like naturally coming in through browser page and followers, it kind of gave you that approach. Now they just tell you what channel sources things are coming from. And no more like, I used to have a 30% or 10% of my viewership came from a host, and it helps me to kind of gauge who I'm networking with or what I need to do to change to kind of make my viewership less reliant on a raid and more kind of natural.
Velokk and Woolsy, have you guys noticed a big change with the stats page or anything since they made the update? I think that was last week or so.
I haven't noticed anything too crazy. I mean, I definitely noticed that they took out the raids and stuff like that, which for me, like, I just kind of keep track of that, to be honest. Like, I'm always looking at my views and like just seeing like what I have. Like, it doesn't affect me. Like, if I lose views or anything, I don't want you guys to think like the wrong thing. But I always just keep kind of track of that, like, mentally, like, because I know how many views like a host or raid brings in, and then obviously you'll see it taper off eventually and everything like that. But I haven't noticed anything too crazy aside from that. It looks generally the same to me, but I don't go and look at it every day like I used to. So.
Right. One of the things I used to do when I was looking up Veli, when I look up my stats every few days or every week or so, I kind of got an idea of over the course of the last week or the last month, a significant, like maybe 1 week, a significant portion of my viewership was coming from a raid as opposed to natural followers. So maybe there's like an off week as to trying to kind of reevaluate what I was doing on the stream that week to know why my followers may not have wanted to check it out, kind of thing. So it wasn't like fully driving the stream, but it kind of helps me understand where people are coming from.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I would say that I looked at it and I saw the changes. I noticed that there were a few like you said that they had pulled off, but I think at the end of the day, it's really just vanity metrics.
Yeah.
For the most part, like it's you could drown yourself in data under like how each day or each week is different with your stream, and like how many people talked frequently for the last 30 minutes, or how many unique viewers came in and out of the channel. And you could probably, like, it's kind of like going to WebMD and looking up symptoms. You know, you can always find a symptom for either losing or gaining ground, but I think they left all the stuff that matters there. Like we were saying, if your viewership relied mainly on a host, and then maybe you should be switching to stuff to like gain more organically or naturally. I mean, I feel like that would always be the goal, right? To always be doing whatever you can to move your stream to where it has more natural following. And obviously, you know, when you get hosted, and I assume you know who's auto hosting you. So I think the majority of the stats are just vanity metrics besides average viewers and subs, really, honestly. Like, I mean, overall, unless you're like whatever you're gauging your stream, that's what I gauge mine off of is average viewers across each stream and across each month, whether my followers and subs are increasing.
Right. And that's kind of, I mean, I've kind of looked at it that way too. I feel like the bare minimum from Twitch on the stats, but the bare minimum in a way where you don't get overwhelmed with the stats. Because I've heard other people talking about certain stats and getting way too deep into the numbers, like you're saying, Woolsy. And it, you know, you're like, but did you have fun with your stream? Yes. You know, like I'm with you seeing the subs go up and down. And I kind of like the new calculation where it just shows you a percentage of your viewership based on followers, right? So I can see like if I have a significant percentage of followers coming back in and watching me, or if a significant percentage of browser page. So it lets me know like my networking and branching out. But I just wasn't sure if you guys relied on a lot of the other stuff that vanished either.
Honestly, the one thing that I focus on a lot, like when I look at my streams, like if I know I have a bad stream, I kind of look at like what I did before the stream even started. You know what I mean? Like I look and like see like, well, first thing, like, cause I do my streams early in the morning, obviously, like you guys know this, but so I looked and see, did I get enough sleep? Did I have enough prep time before I started my stream? Did I get all my tweets out on time and everything? All my social media posts? Did I have enough coffee before this? Have I even had any coffee yet? You know, like all these things. Like, did I listen to music that hypes me up, or did I listen to music that's more chill beforehand? Like, there's a bunch of things that kind of like will either like put you in a better mood to stream and a more energetic, and like it'll put you in like the right mindset, or you know, there's things that will make it so like you're not quite as on point today. And so that's another thing. Like, try to always make sure that you're on point and like on like a top tier, at least for yourself. That way, like your viewers will see that every day and they'll come back more consistently because of that. Like if you have a bad day, but it's like a bad day maybe once or twice a week, it's gonna stop the consistency of them showing up. You know what I mean? Because people don't really want to watch people that are inconsistently good streamers. You know what I mean? Not to say that you're like a bad streamer or anything like that, or inconsistently bad. I'm just trying to say like I'm not saying anything like that.
It's better than being consistently bad.
Yeah,
at least you're inconsistent.
What I'm saying is like some days you'll be on point. I'm not saying like this for you specifically. I'm just saying like even for me, some days I'll be on point, some days I won't, and like you're just trying to battle all the time with just making sure you're on point every day you stream.
Right. Well, my big thing, I like having the active chat, right? It doesn't matter if I've got 2 people or 200 people. I just want to see chat kind of moving at some rate. And I kind of miss with the old chat stats. I can't look at the month or the week and kind of see the old average numbers for chatters over the course of the month. At least I don't think I can anyway. You know, that kind of helps me to know that to me is a good or a bad stream. I can get my average viewers to where I want them to be and see that progressively grow. That's my hope. But I don't want 100 of I don't want an average viewership of 100 with one active chatter. So that's the one stat that I miss, is knowing who's talking with me.
Yeah.
I can go look stream by stream, but I can't go look at it over the course of a month unless I like export it and do some Excel magic.
Sure. Yeah, I think Tom Cruise was touching on that in the chat too. Chatters, I guess, is a stat that he used a lot. That I didn't really use it much, but
I would say, like, I think that everyone's kind of saying the same thing, but I think it goes a little bit more back to what Velokk said, that if you're good enough at analyzing yourself under, like, you know the root cause of when streams go badly and when they go well, and I completely understand why you wouldn't want 100 viewers with one chatter, but you wouldn't need a stat page to tell you that, right? Like, you wouldn't need a stat page to say like, well, that was a shitty stream. I had 100 people watching me and one guy talking. You would know, and sure, there is benefit to being able to look back and see a growth in average people talking, but you can also, like, I don't know, maybe it's just for me personally. I can look at a stream and know if there's a lot of people talking, and if not, usually why. But for like the side of new people coming in and having that unique chatter presence, and then if they stay, that's a different side, and I can see the benefit of that.
Right.
Sure. Cool. Is there anything else?
Thanks a lot, guys. No, I'm
Thank you,
good.
dude. Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Oh, happy birthday,
I wanted
man.
Woolsy to sing, but I don't know if he's going to.
If what?
You want me to sing?
Wrong type of podcast here.
I mean, listen, we can do a little a 3-person duet. I mean, that's not a duet.
Oh man, I hear my wife calling
A triplet?
me. Weirdest time.
Trio, something. I don't know.
Like, that's why I left school, guys. Don't.
Well, yeah, and you couldn't use Twitch to pay for it apparently. So
Yeah.
Now I have free education.
Because you stole all that guy's viewers.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Gamer Dad, thank you for the question, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I
it.
appreciate it.
Happy
Take care.
birthday.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, that was a good question.
It was.
We have Vex Nexus up next. Vex, how are you doing, sir or ma'am?
Good. How are you?
Hello.
It's a start.
Just making sure, 2018, got to be careful around here.
I understand that.
What would you like to talk about on the show today?
So yeah, it was an update that was put out last night by Twitch. Actually, it was a new thing called the Twitch Bounty Board.
Ooh.
I wanted to get people's opinions on that. The link is in live topic submissions, in case you guys haven't heard of it yet. So what they're doing is Twitch is going to make it easier for affiliates and partners to obtain sponsorships or partnerships with specific games and make money from that.
Huh.
They are going to, for like, it shows example, like you can play Call of Duty World War II for 2 hours and make $100 or max of $100 off of it and stuff like that. So I want to get people's opinions, from affiliate position. I mean, I'm a partner, so obviously for me it's like, duh, this is genius. But from smaller people's perspectives, do you think this is a good move? Do you think this is going to benefit people, or is it just going to be kind of a fad that it's just a temporary thing and then dies?
Wow, yeah, this is a little tough because I really have not seen this. I'm sad that I didn't see it before we started the show.
Yeah.
This looks really cool.
It was released last night at about like 7 p.m.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Twitch has a bad habit of putting their information like everywhere. Like they have a
terrible.
blog and then support and then Twitter, and it's like I can't keep track of where they're releasing info. But yeah, this, just quickly looking at it in like a minute, I think this is a really cool idea. I don't know the logistics of like how they pick a bounty. I kind of, you explained it pretty well, but it seems like there's certain games they want you to play, and then if you do that for like a certain amount of time with a certain amount of viewers, you get a certain amount of money for doing that. I think it's a really cool idea. I've never heard of it before. What do you guys kind of think of this, just as a brief glance?
Yeah, since you guys haven't really looked into it.
I mean, I'm looking at the information, right, or at least the Twitch posting of it, and I would say that. So, is there any information out about, like, I know it shows there's requirements for it, and if you don't meet certain gauges or certain numbers, that you will either partial payment, or like it says viewership obviously is a big part of it.
Yeah. So what I've read so far and what I've heard in the Twitch partner Discord is the way that they're going to do it is they're going to send out certain things based on your concurrent viewership, your average viewership. So if your average viewers are, let's say, 150, you'll have access to certain things on this side. So like example, 2K18. Let's say you play that for an hour, you'll get a certain amount of money at this many viewers. But if you start dipping below that, viewer mark, you'll get a little bit less money, nothing insane. But, it just kind of varies from person to person.
And so like, say for someone with 50 average viewers, would every single streamer who averages 50 viewers get the same bounties?
I don't know about that quite yet. It might list it on there.
Yeah, it's a lot of info they have on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously you have to look into that a little bit and figure all that stuff out. But
sure.
I mean, just at a glance, what do you guys like? What's the opinion?
Velokk first, quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I like it overall. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it's anything that would make me want to play a game just specifically for the money, which I feel like they're going to be using this for, is to promote certain games.
One thing they do say there, I don't want to interrupt you, but
no.
It says, you get to share your complete authentic opinion of it. So they're offering you like a chance to play it, and then you can totally trash it if you want to, or praise it based on what you think of it. So that could be, I guess, another way you take it is just like you'll play the game to start with and see if you like it or not, and then get paid in the meantime.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like that. Like, they're not like forcing you to talk. Like, they're not forcing you to enjoy the game and verbalize how awesome it is or anything, which is nice. But I mean, I think it's a cool idea. We'll have to see how it shapes out. Right now it's only available to partnered streamers in the US, it looks like, which is cool. I mean, that's totally fine. I understand they're still starting this out and everything. I think it's cool. I think it could potentially shape up to be something, that's actually decent that Twitch is putting out. We'll just have to see how it works, I guess. But at first glance, for me, I'm interested for sure.
Yeah, I feel the same. I mean, it's hard. It would be hard to give a real judgment on it until I've done it or I've seen it. I've seen it actually be applied, because until we see how they do it and how it's distributed, it'd be hard to judge. But it is a cool idea. I do see that they want you to. It's not like you're just going to be able to play the game and not have everyone know that it's a sponsored bounty that you're doing. So. It's cool for the streamers because it is another way of having a little bit of income from it, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as influential as it feels like it wants to be. I don't think that it's going to affect streamers as much as they want it to, just because I think streamers aren't going to want to have a lot of hashtag sponsored content, and. Like, I don't think viewers enjoy the fact of if the streamer is constantly playing games, they know they're only playing because it's a bounty that they get paid for. I think it kind of makes the content less
authentic.
Yeah. So I could see the benefit of like once every month or so to do a bounty, or like have like bounty Fridays or something where you just do the sponsor game. But then of course that all depends on viewership. And then if you can't get the right bounties because people don't watch the stream on Friday because they know it's sponsored, then you I don't know. It seems tricky.
Yeah. Vex, you said you're pretty excited about yourself though, as a partner.
I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see how it works. Definitely like the idea that you said, like do the Friday thing, or like once a month or something like that. But something it does is they target similar games that you play, which is what I found interesting. So, for example, if you're into the FPS realm of things, target FPSs and stuff like that. So I think that'll be interesting. But yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. I hope it, turns out how they're listing it and how they're explaining it.
Right. So, I do want to say I'm glad that Twitch is at least experimenting with this kind of stuff. Whether or not, it sticks around forever, they're constantly trying out new things. And I think that is great. It's better to at least try it than to just not have it at all. Sure. So yeah, at least we have that option as streamers, I guess. So I'm trying to say.
Yeah, definitely. And then one last thing that I had, it was on the guy before when he was talking about analytics and your stats and all that stuff. what seems to happen, and I'm just kind of running off of what he said. It seems like a lot of streamers, I would say all basically, seem to get lost in the sauce with the stats, learning like, hey, these viewers are coming from here. These viewers went there, came there, when it came from Forzin's channel or something like that. I feel like streamers get too lost in that and then don't focus on their content enough. So I feel like Twitch is trying to maybe have people focus more on their content and not numbers. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was kind of what I was trying to get at, and that if you can focus as much as you want, and there's endless data that you can look at to give you information, but at some point you just have to put your effort and energy into being an entertaining streamer and delivering high quality entertainment day in and day out, and the numbers that you need to see will be there.
Right. Yeah, it's like you guys are saying, it's at the end of the day you can make excuses, but it's all about putting out that content. So
Yeah, for sure.
And being inconsistently terrible.
Yep.
True.
Cool. Vex, anything else you want to mention?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. Thank you so much
That's
for
it.
coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man.
See ya.
See ya. All right. Thank you, Vex, for that question. Real quick, I saw one again, you guys. If you can't be in the actual show and say something in Discord, you can always just type in the chat. If you type it in Discord, I'm more likely to see it just because Twitch chat is moving right now. So I did see one earlier from Retro Date Night who said, is there any reason to not aim for Twitch partnership? For example, you can't live chat doing science, etc. Interesting, doing science. You guys think there's any reason that you shouldn't aim for partnership on Twitch?
What do you mean doing science?
I don't know. It's a little vague.
Like experiments?
I guess, yeah, like testing out a channel or something.
Oh, like he's just asking.
Oh no, yeah, he's saying he can't live chat. Okay, yeah, he's just asking for science, basically.
For science. Got it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Is it a Bill Nye show or?
Base question is there any reason to not aim for partners?
Yes, that's the question here.
Okay. Woolsy, what do you think, man?
Not that I know of. I mean,
I will quickly say something about this.
Yeah.
This is kind of a niche scenario, but the guys at Epic, actually, this is so funny because now Fortnite's so huge, but we had Alexander from Unreal on here for our very first episode, and he was telling us that Epic has actually chosen not to be partnered on Twitch for the reason that it locks them into streaming on Twitch. So they can't stream on things like Facebook and YouTube and Mixer, which they as a company kind of prefer to do. Instead of taking that, Epic would probably be getting a lot of subscribers on Twitch if they are partnered. And that's not like negligible money. But they chose not to be partnered specifically so they could stream on other platforms and not be locked into that exclusivity contract. So I guess that could still apply to some people if you want to be able to stream on many platforms and not just Twitch. That could be a reason, but it also locks you out of affiliate. So
that just seems like a very strange reason. Like, you don't want to be exclusive on the most popular platform so that you can distribute your content to less popular platforms non-exclusively. Like, here's a whole bunch of bad choices, but you can have all of these. Or you could have this one really good one. You don't want that. You don't want this one. You want to just, you know what they say, quantity over quality, right?
Exactly. But so that's what I think Epic as a company is more concerned with, just hitting as much exposure as possible.
Sure.
So they actually like simul stream to everything, which is kind of voodoo, or at least for a while with Twitch and Mixer people. They'll hit like Mixer, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube all at the same time, so they can get everyone on every platform, as opposed to being locked into just on Twitch. And Nix is saying here, you can stream on other platforms if you're partnered, but you have to wait for 24 hours before using our platform. That doesn't work if you're simul streaming everywhere. So that's why I do that.
I guess I could see from a company perspective where that works, where you're not like you're not concerned from the financial aspect of Twitch.
Right.
You're just concerned about exposure.
Publicity.
So yeah, just like getting whatever game or information you want out there. So I could understand that, but I think it's also a kind of a trap to come on and say that individuals should do the same. You know what I mean? Because our goals are not the same. So it's for them it works, but I don't think as an individual, that should be the goal.
Right. Also, I will say is like I don't think partnership is something that you should like partnership is like that's literally like having a check mark is cool, like having more emotes is cool, getting your Twitch money faster is cool, but like aside from that, it doesn't make you more money to necessarily to be a partner streamer. It doesn't like it's basically just like it's literally just a like I'm not trying to talk down on partnership at all because partnership is amazing, and now that they have it so like there's a goal to get partnership, like now you have to have at least 75 concurrent viewers for 30 days straight or something like that, or longer, I can't remember, but they have that actual goal that you need to hit in order to get partnership, which I feel like that's cool. Like I really like that because then you're like it's more about shooting for 75 viewers than it is for more emotes and stuff like that, because as an affiliate partnership, like obviously it lost some of its shine because affiliates are a thing. So I don't know, my whole goal right now is like obviously being a partner would be amazing, but I think my goal right now that I shoot for is just to put out the best content that I possibly can.
Yeah, I think what Nexus was saying, I think you do make more money as a partner.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know this.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think because I remember Forsen talking about this when they had that month where you could do initial subs for like a first time sub to a channel for $250 for like half off, and partnered streamers I think get $350 from a tier 1 sub.
Okay.
And so he had brought it to their attention like, hey, I could just gift my entire channel subs and make $1 for every single one because I make more than $250 off the subscriptions.
Wow.
So I do think that partnered streamers make more money.
Yeah, I mean he's saying it right there, 70-30 split. So
yeah.
I guess we had thought it was more like you start 50-50 and then Twitch gradually increases it once you're a partner.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. I mean,
sounds like it's immediate.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, clearly I'm wrong then. So
but
there's obviously
like,
more money to be made as a partner streamer.
But I agree with you that. But I think that people too often get caught in that trap where they think that labeling themselves as like shooting for partnership means they're giving Twitch everything they've got. On like this is where I'm putting all my efforts. When I don't think that's like. But the flip side of that would be, so you don't want more viewers, you don't want your channel to grow. Okay, so if you do want that, what happens if you get to that point and they offer it to you? Will you take it? Yes. Okay, well then you're shooting for partnership. You're not like it's not your end all be all, but you still are going for partner. You're just not like
right in the
super
middle.
invested. Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not shooting for like that's not like I don't want to just like have that be my only goal because I love streaming in the first place. I know Woolsy's the same way. I know like a bunch of TRUgaming sponsored streamers are the same way. Shooting for partnership like that, like if you put that on your channel, like it's exactly what he just said. It's like you're just saying things basically.
Right.
Like just put out the best content you can and focus on that, and obviously have goals as like far as like view counts go and everything like that. But I wouldn't focus solely on just being a partner streamer and making it there. Like I don't know. I just getting lost.
It'd be like playing a sport in high school, right? Like if there's a sport you really enjoy and someone comes up to you and they say, "Are you trying to be a professional?" I said, "Well, I don't know. I'm really I play because I enjoy it and I'm competitive. And then then maybe college happens, and then after college maybe scouts come talk to you, and then you like, and yeah, your drive to do it never stopped. But that doesn't mean in Pee Wee football you're like, all right, here we go, Colts, I'm coming. Like I don't know. I just like if you're not trying to put out good content, then don't stream. But if you are, then you're trying to be partner. You're going for that level of performance, even if you're not, even that's not the thought in your head.
Sure. Yeah, I think that. It's a good discussion on that. Another question was like, should you ever not shoot for partner? But there's a whole lot of stuff behind that too, behind why shooting for partner should even be a thing or not. Yeah. So cool. Vex is actually coming back on, I think, to quickly talk about the partnership stuff since we are not partners, so we don't know.
I feel like we don't know about this.
Before I bring him on, I do want to say if you guys are in the chat, please join the Discord server. We need some more callers to ask some juicy questions to bring up the heat some more here. I have a few topics I can bring up if I need to too, but I'm going to quickly grab Vex for a second, bring him on. So, all right.
Thanks, Tom Cruise.
Oh, is he Tom Cruise is in the chat? Oh, okay. Pure's moving them into my chat now. I see. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Tom Cruise, you are on the show, I suppose. So, Tom, how are you doing today? You there, my friend?
I am. You can bring Vex in. I was muted. I can wait. It's fine.
All right, just give me
that
2
way
seconds.
You're not jumping back and forth.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me grab Vex really quickly here. Bring him on. Hello again, Vex. Welcome back.
Yeah. Hello again. Great to see you again. Right. It's been years.
Yeah.
No. So the way it's working right now is it's 50-50 for tier 1, 60-40 for tier 2, and 70-30 for tier 3. That's your starting, like you said, that's your starting level of partnership. That's day 1, you just got partner. That's where you start. As you move up and, become slowly like maybe 2,000 viewers, 3,000 viewers, they can change that percentage. It's not named, but there is a level of premium partnership where you are making more money, where the percentages do in fact go up. But that's when you hit like Tim the Tap Man, Ninja level, stuff like that. So there is a difference. Overall, I'm pretty sure partners end up a little ahead of affiliates.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, and including, ad revenue and stuff like that, which they are adding to affiliates. I have noticed that. They are going to be adding a form of ad revenue to affiliates. So I really think in the end, there's probably just going to be kind of a mesh of partner and affiliate really working together. So I think that'll be good. But yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to
really quickly. I appreciate you saying that. I have a question for you to talk through us about. What are your thoughts as a partner on, you mentioned affiliate becoming more and more like partnership. What are your thoughts on that as a partner?
Okay. So I'm a smaller partner. I'm not huge in any way, shape, or form. I personally love the affiliate program. I think it's a great idea. It's a great way to get more partners, more people interested in streaming, more people getting into Twitch and whatnot. From the view of bigger streamers, what I've seen, what I've heard, talk to them, they don't really like it. They think it's just an extra thing. And honestly, I think it's because they're taking their viewers in the end. Because, more people are just spreading out, looking for better content, stuff like that, not sticking with the same people. Ninja is falling off a little bit. He's lost some viewers because more people are finding other Fortnite streamers. Daquan, people like that are gaining more viewers because, they're like, oh, wow, people didn't realize Twitch was this massive platform. Because, every day they'd go on Twitter and see, oh, Ninja went live, I'm going to go watch him, or something like that. So, I mean, in the end, I think affiliate is a great idea, and I'd love to see it mesh more with partner and them have access to more of the things partners do. Because for us, it's simple for us to grow. We don't even have to do any. I can go into this chat, say hi, and gain 10 followers, right? But, for affiliates, they don't have that type stuff. They have the sub button. That's great. But they don't have the access to, like, for example, we have a partner Discord. You guys don't have an affiliate Discord.
I find that so funny, by the way, just because Twitch has their own platform, but there's a partner Discord.
There's a partner Discord. There's a Discord. There's a Twitch events Discord. There's a bunch of stuff. Twitch even has their own desktop app, which you guys may.
Right. Yeah. That's why I think it's funny.
And
though.
I would. Yeah. Exactly. You would think they'd use that.
Yeah.
But no. I'd like to see them mesh a lot more, and I personally would like to work with a lot more affiliates and help them get to achieve what they want to achieve and stuff like that. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I just want to get your thoughts on that because it's cool to hear a partner's perspective on that. Since I think some people, at least when affiliate launched, were kind of not happy with it. Yeah. Because the same thing is still my viewers. You're stealing my subscribers. So
yeah.
But cool. I appreciate that, dude. And thanks for cleaning up the.
I'm gonna go disappear into my little hole.
All right. See you later, man. All right. Let's grab Tom Cruise. Bring him back on here. Tom Cruise, you're back on for real this time. How you doing, sir?
Hey there, guys. Let me mute the stream.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
All right, there we go. Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sounded good, dude. What do you want to talk about today?
All right, good. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion on Twitch communities and Twitch teams. What you guys think about them, if you think they provide any sort of value, and if you should be thinking about like what community to post, when you go live and to join a Twitch team. I guess those are two different unique things. But yeah, just your thoughts on those two things.
All right, sure. So I'm kind of biased in this one because I kind of help head a Twitch community in a sense. So I'd like to get more of like Velokk's and Woolsy's thoughts on this as streamers. Maybe start with Woolsy. Are there any good communities or teams? I don't know if you're on a team or not, that you've been a part of that have helped you out a lot. In general, what you think of them, maybe.
I'm not a part of any. I'm very skeptical just because the part that I love so much about Twitch is it's a very like a very raw make or break type situation for presenting content, right? Like, and I understand that YouTube is probably the same way, but when I started, I wasn't a part of any small community. Like I wasn't a part of any group. And then like the whole, hey guys, I'm starting streaming, come watch me for the first time. When I went live, I knew no one. I had nothing. I talked to myself for 8 hours straight for 2 weeks straight. But like the thing is that if anything that I get because I did it. And I get because I was able to entertain those people and hold those viewers and build that rapport with them and those friendships with those people and build that community and reel people in and have that circle of entertainment that everyone can come to and enjoy every day. And I didn't use any, I don't want to use the word crutch, because networking is great and it's super useful and there's a ton of benefits to it. But for some reason, I'm so afraid of getting dragged into too tight-knit of a bigger circle of people who are doing what I do, and then I get lost in the mix. You know what I mean? Like, and then I just become another one of that group of streamers. And then maybe we all just kind of share the same viewers and they just go around and around from every stream because we're all like, I don't like that. I obviously I want my viewers to expand and watch other people too, but if they're mine, I earned them and I brought them and kept them. I didn't keep them because of the label of the team that I was on, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's I definitely like that response a lot. That's pretty definitely I agree with everything you just said. My thing is like obviously I'm a part of a community already. You know, TRUgaming. I've been sponsored by TRUgaming since like a month into streaming, and like I can tell you that like worrying about a community that you're in doesn't necessarily impact you too much. As far as like getting new people to come to you or whatever, and like also on the topic of Woolsy saying like he doesn't want to get lost, you know, in a group of people that are just doing the same thing. My whole thing is like I'm super I talk about this all the time. I'm super competitive with streaming. So like if I'm in a community of people and we're all doing the same thing, I'm gonna try to do something a little bit extra, or like I'm gonna try to stand out any way that I can. And I know like Woolsy's the same way. Like, you know, like we try to do whatever we can to be the best streamers in whatever group we're in. And I think like being in a community, like it's not a guaranteed way to get viewers. It's nothing to it helps, but it doesn't make you successful in any way. It's just basically just try to be the best at what you're doing. And if you're in the community like that has people that are willing to watch you, just stand out even more if you can. Like, because it's like if you're not a good streamer, the people from that community are going to go to you regardless. And I mean that's my input on it, I guess. Like just people worry about a lot of different ways to get viewers, and like there's all these things that you can worry about with streaming as far as like communities or stats or anything like that. But with all of this, what it always comes down to is, are you a good streamer? Right. Do you stand out? That's bar one right there. Like that's it.
Yep. No, I agree. Again, sort of biased with the TRUgaming stuff, but I think, you know, gaming communities can be really good for you as a streamer, streaming communities. Like Woolsy said, that they can't be a crutch for you. As some people use them as that, I think, that don't really know how to navigate them well. There are some people I see in the community or in just communities in general who, like Woolsy said, all their viewers consist of people in that community, and they just kind of go around from person to person in that community. But then people like Velokk, there's people in Velokk's stream who only come out and watch him, and not just people from the community. So you have to make sure that if you're going to be in communities and teams, that you're still building your own unique community to you. in addition to being a part of those communities. Because it's not enough to just, be a part of a community and rely on that for your stream. Because then you'll never really grow your own thing, your own brand. Mm-hmm. You'll be forever associated with that one brand. So I think what Woolsy said is smart to think that way. And if you just want to like play it safe and make sure that everything you grow is from you, nothing wrong with just going solo and being a single player streamer, basically. But I think communities can be helpful if you're careful about the ones you choose, because there are also bad communities out there for sure. So.
Don't get me wrong. I think it's a very smart idea. Like, I know from what I think it is a fault of mine that because I shy too far away from it. I think that there's that middle ground that you want to have where you still want to never see anything as a crutch, and you still want to bring your own content no matter what team or community you're a part of. And I think honestly that depends a lot on the community or whoever runs that streaming group or like I think who they target and bring in for sponsorship, that's a big deal, to bring in people who they know are motivated to fight and accrue their own community and their own content regardless of the label. Because if you get the wrong people who just want to have 20 to 25 viewers of the same streaming group viewers, and they're fine with that because they just want people to talk to while they're playing video games, you just wasted your time bringing in that streamer. So I would love to be a little bit more okay with being a part of a streaming community, but I'm just so afraid of being labeled and just someone coming to my stream and saying that I'm a part of, ABC streaming.
Right.
And then I go and see another ABC streamer. I'm like, I don't like this guy. And I'm on the same team as this guy. I can't do it. I'm out. Like, see, that would be so hard for me. If I saw anything I didn't like, I'm out. Get the label off. I'm gone. Sorry.
No, that's a super valid point, because I mean, you are tying your stream to other streams when you're in a community, and they, in some sense, are kind of like a rep for your stream when you're not streaming. So,
right,
yeah,
be careful about that for sure. So,
that's always like not a way that I thought about it. So, I mean, I've never really thought about it like that. That's crazy to think about it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it scales as the communities get bigger too, for sure, because that's just more and more people who can be associated with you. So, just like in a stream, you gotta be careful.
If I can chime in, Green, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just some perspective, right, Velokk? I actually found your stream through TRUgaming's Discord. So
awesome.
I told Green that I kind of found TRUgaming through YouTube and joined the Discord, and I've been checking out some of the streamers. And what you said is exactly right. Like, there's certain personalities that you're going to gravitate towards, that you're going to connect with, like regardless if they're in the same community as you or not. And I think what Woolsy's trying to say is that Velokk needs to stop streaming because he needs to pay for his college education, and he's stealing his viewers.
That's what I'm hearing too.
So,
yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying. I was waiting for
guys.
somebody else to say it, but
thanks for your time, guys.
All right,
Have a good one. Right?
Thanks, man.
We appreciate it, really do.
All right.
Oh man, this is going to be a constant meme from this show from now on, guaranteed.
got to pay for college
Somehow, yeah.
Sorry, it was actually spelled collage when he's
Collage.
Dang.
yes.
All
right.
Pay for his collage.
Maybe a dictionary.
Well, we're still looking for more callers, but we do have a few text questions in the meantime. One came from Twitter this week, and this is sort of more of, it was a question about like terms of service stuff. Basically, someone asked about the people watching YouTube videos on their streams, whether that is A, like approved by Twitch, and then B, how to handle it. I looked into it a little bit, and as best as I can tell, basically, it's the same kind of rules as everything else. Copyright rules are still there on Twitch. Technically, you're not supposed to be using anything on stream that's copyrighted. That could be music, that could be videos. Definitely don't stream movies or things like that. But that said, there are a lot of people on Twitch who do watch YouTube videos or use copyrighted music, especially some of these big streamers who, like Ninja reacts to X YouTube video or something. And then that goes on YouTube and gets viral. So clearly, like, some of these 1% streamers are using YouTube videos. So my advice there is to just be smart about it, because it really, like, the power is in the copyright holder's hands. If he wants to, he can copy strike you. But if you're helping his video get bigger, then he's probably not going to do that. So I was kind of want to get your guys' thoughts on watching YouTube videos on stream, because I know Velokk did it like literally today. So I don't know, Woolsy, if you've done that before too. Any experiences with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's been times where I've watched YouTube videos on stream. I know that I've watched that or listened to the Seagull song quite a few times because I just really enjoy it. Song. Bad lip reading. Have you heard it?
Yes.
Oh yes. Yep.
Seagulls. It's priceless. I use it to really get my mind right when I'm in a dark place. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's one of those things where if it gained publicity by someone watching your video, then it's still drawing attention to your video, even if it's a video of them watching your video. Like, it's still going to come all the way back around to you, and you're going to get saying your stuff that didn't already see your stuff. So I don't see any downside to that. I mean, even if they were sitting there talking shit about it the whole time and just like making fun of you, they may still go back and watch the video just because they want to see the original one.
Yeah.
And that's still people that wouldn't have seen it otherwise and now know about you otherwise. I think it's one of those things where maybe there's no such thing as bad publicity, at least when it comes to attention, and how people find out about you. Even if they find out about you by some ridiculously dumb video, they still know about you now.
Yep.
I guess.
Vel, what are your thoughts on YouTube vids on stream?
The exact same. Like like you said earlier, like I watch YouTube videos on stream. Like it's, I mean, what Woolsy just said, it's just trying to, you're just basically spreading that to more people. That's all you're doing. Like, you're not like, we're not claiming like this is my video. You know what I mean? I'm not posting it on my channel, not giving credit to somebody or anything. Like, you know, like they see me go to someone's channel, they see the person or the whoever's channel it is that I'm pulling the video from and everything. It's not me saying like, hey, I made this, or like, hey, this is my song, I made it the other day.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not doing anything.
Really,
like
that sounds a lot like Drake. No,
it's 100%.
Download it
me.
here.
Totally me. Yeah, this is a weird one because you really have to kind of, I think it's like an individual choice. Because like there are those fringe cases of like channels on Twitch who will get straight up banned because they used copyright music. But again, it's like 90% of the channels out there are probably doing that. Maybe just be smart about the music you choose. If some artist or some YouTuber is kind of notorious for striking down people, maybe you don't watch his video on stream or play his music.
Yeah.
I think you're probably going to be fine most of the time. And like these guys are saying, a lot of times you can argue it actually helps out the YouTuber more than they realize. But there are some YouTubers out there who are also just really, really stingy for no reason. So it's kind of play it safe. Be smart about it. That's what I'd say.
Good question, though.
Yeah, it's a good one. I saw one from Nada too. Oh yeah, Nada's ready to come on too. Cool. Let me drag him in here really quick. Nada Rob. Are you there, my friend?
Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
How's it going today?
Good.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about on the show?
The idea of changing your stream based on what people are watching and what people in your chat ask you to do. I feel like there's a lot of streams that, like, if somebody gets on in streams, they want to stream because they want to play a game and interact with the community. But like, if you got on and said, hey, I want to play Dark Souls and talk to people, and then 30 people in your chat say, no, I want to watch you play Fortnite. Like, when do you draw the line between doing what you want to do and just playing Fortnite because that's what everyone wants to watch right now?
Right there is where you draw the line. Like, my opinion, like, it's like, like Rob, like you the other day, like I was playing League of Legends and you're like, play Fortnite or whatever, and then I played some other game and you're like, play Fortnite, but like I'm like, no, I'm playing this today. Like, obviously don't be a dick, but like I never let people control what I'm doing in a stream ever. Like, if someone wants to play a game with me and they're like, play duos with me, I'll be like, all right, I'm playing solos right now, maybe in a little bit. If they ask me again, like, play with me, but they're more aggressive about it, I'll be like, nope, I'm playing solos today, not doing any duos. Like, I'm not gonna let anybody control my stream at all, because and Woolsy, I'm pretty sure, has like the same mindset on this. It's like, we, like, streamers have like a mindset of like an idea of how they want their stream to go that day, and like, I'm not gonna let other people change that because like I have an idea of how I want my stream to go. You know, I just like I'm a streamer. Like I'm not just somebody that's here just to entertain you every day. Like I'm here so I can entertain you guys, but at the same time, I'm not like a puppet. You know what I mean? I'm not like you're not my master. Like none of this. So I understand
I get
like I understand playing a game because it has viewers. Like you don't want to play like the games that you have to scroll all the way down to find the directory for them. But like you, like for that specific game, I mean, but like you want to make sure that you're playing games that have people watching for sure. But always do what like feels right to you for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's
or else
where
it's not going to be, or else you're not going to have fun while streaming.
that's where my concern comes in with these sponsorship programs, though, and like the goal of partnership and everything else is that like if somebody is streaming because they enjoy streaming and they enjoy streaming a certain game, at what point do they decide like I can't just keep streaming this game that I enjoy because it's not getting me anywhere on Twitch, and like the entire goal of Twitch is, you know, to build a community or to get to partner or whatever, and their stream becomes something they didn't intend it to be in the first place because they have to follow the flow.
So, if you don't mind, I want to.
Yeah.
I've got
Got some things to say here.
I've got a few points.
Take a deep breath.
So, I feel this very deeply, okay, because I've been there and my channel switches games a lot, and a lot of times I play games that are recommended by people from the channel. There's a procedure on how it's done, but there's still a lot of times where I end up playing a game because it was recommended. And I do that because I like switching games, but there was a point where I found out that people liked me being salty, and I started playing games that pissed me off, okay, on purpose. They're really hard, they're really frustrating games, and I did it because I knew the chat liked it. But what I found out was that if I don't like it, the content starts to fade, because being a little bit upset is okay, but too far, it ruins it, and the whole purpose of it is now defeated. And I take it as people don't know what they want. People think they know what they want. So people will always like demand the game, whatever. And I've grown to the point to where, and my chat knows this, that every time they ask to play something or mention something will get me farther and farther away from ever playing it. Because there's nothing that makes me more angry than people just asking to play things. It's got that like dance monkey mentality, right? Like just crack the whip, you know, do this, go balance over there, juggle for me. And you're streaming because you want to stream, and who cares if they want to watch Fortnite? There's a million other streamers streaming Fortnite. Leave. Like, and I know it's sometimes it's hard to say, especially if they're your subs, but if they're your subs, they are probably there because they support you and they don't care that much. You know, they're probably just trolling you, to be honest. And maybe they really do want you to play Fortnite, but they're still going to watch you even if you're not. And if they leave, okay, that's the person gone who's now was sitting in your stream telling you to play Fortnite. So now you can continue to play the game you want. They can go watch Fortnite. Everybody wins. And like what you were saying about how you were going to switch, or you can't keep playing the game you want because everybody demands a certain game, and then the channel becomes something that you didn't want it to be. But that scenario, I know it like when it appeared like it's a theoretical scenario, but if it actually plays out, it plays out because you let them dictate what you do. Mm-hmm. And so if you just go back to that fundamental change where you decided to change from what you loved to what you don't because you thought it would make them happy, that's where you just got to stop it. Anytime you're about to do something that you know you don't want to do, just don't do it. And the stream will be better that way.
Yeah, I think the viewer doesn't always know what they actually want. It's kind of like something you hear in a lot of industries, but I think it applies to Twitch too. Like sometimes the chat will demand something, but like they don't realize that's actually going to hurt the stream in the long run. So even though they mean good by it, like you as the streamer are the one who needs to know, okay, yeah, I could play that game, but my viewership's going to tank. Like if that's what you're trying to do is grow your stream, you can't like just tell the chat that, but you have to know that and learn that over experience of knowing what games A, you enjoy, and B, they get you attention and traction and growth on the channel. So, but yeah, you can't let the viewers run that because otherwise you'll never get anywhere. Just jumping around like a chicken.
That's exactly why I'm skeptical of those kind of like the sponsorships and stuff like that, is that yeah, the viewer, like they think they know what they want maybe, and maybe they don't, maybe they do. But if these sponsorships go into effect, that it's going to be that much more lucrative to play these games that you might not want to play, but that are going to get more views, and people are going to think, well, yeah, that's what I want. I want them to pay these people to play the games that I want to see. And then once that comes into effect, they're like, wow, this really isn't what I wanted to see at all. But by that point, Twitch has become just like my dancing monkey has a cool new coat that your dancing monkey doesn't. So that's the stream that I'm going to stick to, and that's all I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
I think you might be overthinking it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you might be overthinking it.
Like, just like do what.
Never been accused of that before. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Just do what
I mean,
feels right in your channel, man. That's all it comes down to.
Right. Like, and I wouldn't worry about the potential effect that the sponsorship program is going to have on this. Like, all you need to worry about is what effect it's going to have on your channel. And if you're smart enough to deal with whatever's coming to you and you can navigate around it, who cares what everybody else does? If they tank their channel because they want to earn $50 playing Call of Duty 2, let them, who cares? Let them tank it.
It's not a personal concern though. Like I'm not concerned about my stream. I don't care. Like I stream for 3 people on average, and I'm completely happy with that. My concern is I watched what happened to YouTube. Like over the course of the last like 3-4 years, it was the same sort of process where these specific games were like, hey, play our game, make a couple videos of our game, your viewers will love it, they're already asking for it. And then that happens, and then these channels turn into nothing but like, hey, I'm playing this game again because they paid me again, or because they paid me one time and then you guys enjoyed it, so I'm just going to keep doing that rather than actually creating content.
Wait, so I'm confused. Who are you asking for? So you're not concerned for yourself. Who are you concerned for?
As
like
a viewer,
Twitch as a whole?
Mostly.
Oh,
like
as
as someone that enjoys watching genuine streams of people enjoying what they're doing.
So you're worried
that's
about
where my concern is.
About sellouts, basically. People who like basically give
just
up
about the community.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think there will always be genuine streamers.
Yeah.
But will they get any attention in this kind of like sponsor-driven?
Yeah, from you.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And everyone else like you.
Are worried too.
Right. If one person's saying it, there's a lot of people thinking it, and there will always be a community out there for people who are genuine, and I wouldn't worry about Twitch becoming a sellout scene where everybody only plays things because then again, if that's what it becomes, then that means it would separate the people who are genuine that much more, and they would become that much more niche and popular because they are the minority. So either way, you win. There will always be those people.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's still in the streamer's hands, right? If they want to do the sponsorship, like that's still their call at the end of the day. It's not like in a viewer situation, the viewer's sitting there demanding in chat for you to play something. The game is not going to be like demanding to be played. Like you have the option to go pick the game and play it. That's on you as a streamer. So there's a difference there, right. I think. And also like these guys are saying, so much of Twitch is just driven by like authenticity. And the unique thing about Twitch is that if you're streaming for hours and hours and hours, you can't put up a front for that long, right? Like even if you start out with the idea that you want to stream a game to make the money or something to sell out, good luck praising that game that you hate for 4 hours, because that'll wear down on you, as opposed to YouTube where it's like a 10-minute video that you can edit out your deep frustration with the game and just put smiles on it, right? I think that's the beauty of Twitch as a platform. So
right.
Genuine streamers will always be genuine.
Cool. Anything else? Nada.
Nope, I'm good.
Sweet, man. Thank you. I appreciate the question. It was a good topic.
Yep. Later.
See ya. All right. Sweet. So moving on here, we're kind of wrapping up a little bit here. It's 12:30, so half hour at max for the show now.
Yeah, Nexus in here.
Yeah, Nexus, welcome back again, my friend.
Yeah, your resident content generator. How you doing?
Good, welcome.
No, so I wanted to ask you guys something directly, and this is from a younger person. I'm 18. I just turned 18, and I'm trying to figure stuff out, and it's mainly work, life, and stream balance. Right, that's a huge thing.
Yep.
What is too much? Where should you try to draw the line? And well, it's more work, life, school, stream balance, and then some sports on the side, and more stuff like that. So what, in your minds, what is the best way to like set yourself up for success with that?
I can start on this one if nobody is. Okay. I have like kind of controversial opinions about this topic. I did a podcast on this with Dust like 5 episodes back if you want to learn more about it, but I'm actually kind of on the side that concept is a myth. Like work-life stream balance, that doesn't exist in my opinion. Like you're never going to get a good balance of everything if you really want to succeed on it. Like the people who got the most success on Twitch did not have a good balance of life with Twitch.
Oh,
like
100%.
It was very dominant in their life. Just off the top of my head, I know Broman streamed for every day for years, ate ramen out of cups. Like these guys are not good examples of people who balance their lives around streaming. So, but if you're more of a casual person and you do just want to have Twitch as a hobby, that's okay. I think the important thing is to first like set up your expectations for what you want to get out of, streaming or work or life, and then just plan for it. Because I'm sort of more on the side of like, just go all out on whatever you want to get. Like if you want to be big on Twitch, then go for it. Like don't worry about the fact that you're sleeping 6 hours or 5 hours a night. Like you made that choice. You want to get there, you have to put the work in. So that's my perspective on it. But if you're doing everything casually, then there are ways that you can just stream every now and then and still be very involved in your family and work and sports and everything else you listed there.
So obviously you've heard of Professor Broman.
Yeah.
Like you just mentioned him. I was listening to one of his podcasts a while back, and he said the same thing basically you did, right? He said, just if you're gonna want to do it, if you want to do it full force, just throw yourself into it. I mean, I guess that's kind of true with anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel like you can't really do that on Twitch anymore. You can't really throw yourself fully into it.
How so?
I feel like as a streamer, I feel like balance is kind of just required at this point. There aren't many people that are throwing themselves full force into the system anymore because it's so inundated with popular streamers. Getting views is harder now and stuff like that. So I feel like people are just trying to find that balance. It's becoming more of a balanced environment and people aren't going all in on certain things. I don't know.
Okay, so 2 parts there. I agree that people aren't going all in on Twitch, but I don't agree that you can't do it. I think people are just...
Yeah. Okay, that was a bad word to say. Yeah, that wasn't a good way to put it. But yeah.
Okay.
So I would say that people are still doing it because I did it. When I started streaming almost a year ago now, I was between jobs and I was at a point where financial priorities were in the right place, and I had time and money to spare, which are usually the 2 things that keep people from diving into streaming. That and the fear of failure. But I streamed 8 hours a day, 6 days a week for 7 months straight, until my financing changed, and so I had to switch up the schedule a little bit. But I think it is. I mean, you're 18. You say you have school, you have work, you're already a partnered streamer, so I feel like you've already found the balance.
Definitely not, dude. Definitely not. I mean, partner is an achievement, but it doesn't really mean you've like.
So do you feel unbalanced?
100%, dude.
In what aspect?
As of right now, dude, I'm spending probably at least 3/4 of my day, other than going to the gym in the morning, working on my stream, setting my stream up, working on an esports organization, stuff like that. So I feel like the balance is just not there, and it's just finding it again.
So what are you missing?
I mean, I just feel like, is it smart for me to just say, screw it, and just go all in, or should I, just try to find that balance? That's what I'm.
I feel like you should listen to your gut, because you're already naturally doing what you think is best for yourself, and it sounds like you're just questioning yourself because of this vague motive that people talk about called balance. But if you take away any bullshit you've heard about this notion that you need to balance all these random aspects in some sort of life spectrum, if you take that away and you think, okay, what if that didn't exist? Then what would I do? And if you'd still do what you're doing, and if you don't feel some like gaping hole in yourself right now that you're missing, like I hate myself, I have no friends, I don't go outside, like, that would be you should address that. But if you feel confident and driven in what you're doing, do it. Don't pull yourself away from something that you're like, you're super devoted to do it, because if you have time now, don't waste it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the key is to sort of like think about your mentality a bit, because that's going to be the daily battle, I think, where you kind of every day kind of question, like, is this the right thing that I'm doing here? Like, I don't know about this. But you have to kind of, once you've decided you're going to go all in on this, just like live your life around that. So when you have those times when you question yourself, like, no, I made this decision. This is what I'm doing. I'm sticking to this for X amount of time. So I have peace about that. It's okay that I'm not getting so much time with, sports or my family even, or work or sleep. Like, I made this decision. I'm going to stick to it and commit to it. And there's sacrifices as a part of it, but I'm committed to it and I love doing it. So that's what I'd say there. Velokk, you have anything to add to that?
I mean, like, for me, like, I totally agree with, like, don't pull yourself from it if you feel like you're doing the right thing, for sure. For me, like, I think my stream is going to be going somewhere. Like, I feel like my stream is growing all the time, in my opinion. And I don't put as much time into it as I used to, and I kind of miss that. But for right now, I need to make sure I'm paying bills. I need to make sure I'm streaming enough, and I need to make sure I'm hanging out with my wife. So I have a lot of things going on in my life that, I could be streaming instead during those things, but like I have priorities. Like I need to make sure my bills are paid. I need to make sure that my marriage is going well, and that things are going well at home, and that like I'm sleeping enough so that I'm not stressed out every moment of every day like I used to be when I would get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. Like now I still don't get much sleep. I get like maybe 5, maybe 6 at the most hours of sleep each night. But it's all about like what you have going on, man. So like for me, like I don't stream for a long amount of time. I stream 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and it's early in the morning. So it's not like I'm not streaming for a long time, so like I could be doing a lot more content, but I make do with what I have. Like I know I can make my times consistently every time. And so you just got to find those pockets of time that you have. If you can't remove certain things from your schedule, you have to just find a way to force streaming into there somewhere. That's my take on it.
Yeah. I think Twitch as a platform is very hard to balance effectively just because of how much time it requires. And you have to really, like, people say the longer you're streaming, the better it is for your channel, really. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps you, man. Any other questions you want to add?
Yeah. No, that's it.
Cool. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it.
All right, see you. Yeah, man.
See ya. Nexus with all the content this morning. Just
right.
Time after time again. Oh, man. All right.
Anything else?
Well, I don't see any other callers who have joined, and I think that is most of the questions that I've seen today. So if no one else has a question, I see a quick one from Tom Cruise who said, "What's a solid XLR mic? I want to dip into XLR without going overboard." And we're all using XLR. So what do you guys think about XLR mics?
Way better than USB.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm using an Audio-Technica 2020 right now.
I'm using USB.
Oh, are you? Oh, yeah.
I am.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It sounds really good,
okay.
I got to say.
Yeah, you tweaked that thing.
For most Blue Yetis I've heard.
I've tweaked it. And I used some software on my computer to kind of soundboard it. So
okay. What software do you use?
I use Voice Meter.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good program for streamers if you can figure out its confusingness. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've actually found, honestly, I found some links where we could get. I actually just took Blue Yeti settings that were just booted straight into Voice Meter, so I didn't even have to touch it, and it works. It works pretty much perfectly.
Wow. Well,
yeah,
not bad then.
Yeah, definitely not.
I think I use the NT1A of Rode. This is nice because it's all like a bundle, and it comes with the shock mount and the windscreen and that stuff. So it's a little more expensive, but I love this mic so much. If you have more of a budget. So thanks for the question, Tom Cruise. Okay, last question. I think it's going to come from Sodomi, who's ready to jump in now. So let me pull him in here. Sodomi, how you doing, my friend?
Hello, everybody. Nice seeing all of you again.
Nice seeing you, man. What did you want to talk about on the show today?
Perfect. So this is actually happening in chat. I was having this side conversation about stream hours. Because Veli, I know you stream for like 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes, and your streams lately have been every morning. I tune in when I not have to work. Beautiful. I love them. They're great.
Thanks, man.
Wait,
And
what does that mean?
what the?
Yeah, was that symbolic of something? Like it was consistent? Was that meaning consistency?
I think like
Or they were
Alright,
popping, or
So one thing, well, I don't think we've met before, but one thing about me, I say a lot of weird things. My brain does a lot of weird stuff. So after a while, you get used to my exterentialisms. But pretty much means Veli, his streams, they're quick. They're jam packed. Like I watch them, and I'm not bored at all through any of it the entire time. Like, and I've seen streamers, myself included, as of recently, and sometimes where there's like those dead moments, and times when you're like, you want to keep going for longer, but it's not a good idea. Yeah. So my question to all of you is streaming for longer really better
interesting.
than streaming like shorter?
Yeah,
Would you rather have? Let me reword it. So would you have a 3 hours of or 6 hours of?
That's a good question.
You said that you want to keep going, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah. Like there's plenty of streams where I already know coming in. Like I have so much stuff to do. I got to prepare for work. I got to work on my league. I got to like do some errands. So I'm thinking just like, all right, coming in. And the stream starts a little slow. Then you're like, okay, could be doing X right now. Like opportunity cost comes to mind in your head.
So it's not the content of the stream that would be losing out from streaming longer. It's just you're not taking care of your other responsibilities.
Well, no, it's more of just like having.
You kind of feel your stream starting to dip a little bit, and you don't want to keep that going down after a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then pick yourself back up in the middle of the stream. Like because like even with 3 hours, like it doesn't matter. Like I could have a dip in my stream quality in the first 30 minutes. You know what I mean? If you like as a streamer, you have to know when that is. Like you have to see that yourself. You have to hear like, oh, I haven't said anything in 15 minutes. Maybe I should say something. You know what I mean? Like you have to pick yourself up. Like if I notice that chat isn't moving as fast as it was when I first started, and I'm not talking as much, or I'm not as hype as I was, like I'll throw on Backstreet Boys midstream and just start pumping that shit out. You know what I mean? Like just to get myself going, because like I'm an energetic streamer. So just doing whatever you can, like you have to gauge yourself as a streamer. You have to know like when you're dipping and everything, because it's not the chat's fault. It's not anybody's fault but yours. You know what I mean? Like there's always gonna be people who are leaving because they have something going on or something, or like maybe another streamer hopped on, and like you're not streaming, or you're streaming later than you normally do, and normally like you hop off before another streamer hops on. So people will leave to go watch that other streamer. That's totally fine. But that's when you need to kick it into overdrive and be even more like energetic and entertaining and even louder than you were beforehand. You know what I mean? So like there's certain times when you just have to kick it back into gear. And you just have to gauge that yourself. You just have to know when your personal dips are, in my opinion. That's how I handle those things.
Sure. Woolsy, your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm still not exactly clear on the question. Like, is it when you feel your stream dipping down and maybe you're over the time that you normally, you're just, the energy is low, do you turn off your stream? Or because I'm just going off the example you gave earlier that you said you have like groceries to go get or you need to go work on something else. Like if you have other responsibilities and you're streaming way longer than you should and you're not, I mean, that's an obvious, you need to go take care of your stuff. But if every streamer turned off their stream when there was a dip in it, then nobody would be streaming. You know what I mean? So you have to keep just keep a schedule and commit to it. And if that's the time that you're supposed to be live, stay live. And if it's dipping, pick it back up. And if the time's done, get off. You know, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I'd say that too. I think one thing I've kind of discovered with streaming lately, or I've been thinking about, is that it's really important to make sure when you start your stream, it's really strong. Especially in the beginning, like if you have a schedule, people know you're always going to be on at this time. The start of your stream has to be very strong for like at least an hour or two, or a big portion of your stream. I think it's okay to like run longer than you need to, because you think that like most people are probably going to come out to your stream when it starts, ideally. So it needs to be strong in the beginning. And it's okay if, like, you know, we're all human. You can't keep up the same level of energy the entire stream. It's just not humanly possible. I think it's okay if you do dip a little bit in your energy levels over the stream, as long as you're consistent about how you start it. That would sort of be what I've been thinking about lately with just a lot of streams, because, you think about like a schedule, right? It's important that people know when you're going to start your stream each day. It doesn't really matter when you end it most of the time. Like, people really want to see that, you know, you'll be on Twitch at noon every day or something, and you'll probably be going for some average amount of time, like 4 or 5 hours or something. It's nothing really wrong with going longer over a stream. If you've fulfilled your daily slot of 4 hours or something and your energy is low, but you could go longer, then I sort of think that may as well, if you feel up to it. But don't like make yourself suffer through a stream that you hate because you would just have no energy left, and you're like, well, I have to. I'm just a slave to Twitch now and gotta give the chat what they want. So I don't know. That's sort of my thoughts there, but everyone's kind of different on this topic, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's been plenty of times where I've really wanted to turn off the stream, and I felt the slave of the dance monkey. But you know, like, at the end of the day, those rare times that I did in stream early just because I couldn't take it anymore, there's really no consequence, honestly. Like, the consequence of me being late to stream starting is much greater than me being or ending stream early.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
And it's kind of like we said earlier, right? Like, the best case scenario is that you're consistently really good. This is a really tough question because I don't think there's a clear black and white answer to it. I think in some cases, like, it can be beneficial to end your stream early. If you have planned out your stream, you've done what you wanted to, you did really great for that whole stream. For a certain amount of time you wanted to be on there, you have the energy you needed, your brand is great. There's something to be said for, like, kind of tarnishing your brand after a while. If, you know, you keep streaming, but like that magic is gone after a few hours or something. Like, I think that is worth thinking about, especially if you are like a big energy streamer and that's what you're known for, being loud, being out there bouncing off the walls, because that is not sustainable. But if you're more of a laid back person and your default stream is more of just like low energy, that's probably something you can just keep milking out for a long time because it's lower effort. So I don't know. That's sort of, it's really tough question to answer, in my opinion. But
yeah, it's not the same for everybody.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps, Sodomi.
I have one more thing too, if we have time for that. I'm not sure if we do.
Yeah, last little thing here.
All right. So as you know, my league's my number one like channel driver. Like, that's like the main focus of my channel now at this point.
Real quickly, for anybody who doesn't know, Sodomi hosts his own Rocket League tournament, basically. A league in Rocket League, for anyone who doesn't know.
Yep, every Sunday, 3:00 p.m. Eastern, Draft League. A lot of fun. More information PM me, come on my
All
channel.
right.
Everyone do.
How good do you have to be to play in it?
We allow everyone to play in it, actually. The league format is draft format, so this way we have people who are like higher level can play with lower level people, and we kind of balance teams out that way. So if you're not that good, you can play people who are better and get better, do that. But I'm not going to plug myself anymore because I feel bad doing that. But but anyway, about that. So what happens when your community takes a very hard shift? Because my community went from just being like a bunch of weebs talking about beautiful 2D women and just like hilarious just whatever we do to more of a competitive Rocket League like production.
Well, that's really a personal choice, I think. What do you I sort of think that you'll be better off if you pick one and cater hard at it as opposed to trying to like appeal to both, because that's just going to be harder and more taxing on you. So
yeah, they're two completely different like spectrums, different like people, different like communities altogether.
Which one do you kind of identify with, but also like see yourself enjoying more in the long term of those two?
There's literally like picking between like two of the most perfect women, but one of them is named Catherine, the other is named Catherine with a K. One with the C. It's just it's very difficult because I can see a lot of potential in the league, but it doesn't have the same kind of soul, same kind of connectivity. Like I've had old community members who focus on the league who have had to ban Keep Out My Trunk permanently because they did some horrible stuff that I don't even want to mention throughout that they're totally cool beforehand. So it's like one thing's eating the other.
Sure. I'm
The
sort
more I
of
do one, the other.
my advice from my perspective would be, it's a hard choice to make, I'm sure, but I think you'll be better off if you make that choice and go hard after it. Even if you think you're sacrificing like half of your viewer base, I think it'll ultimately make your channel stronger if you do that. That's sort of my feeling. I don't know if Woolsy, you feel like you look like you have something to say there about that.
So I'm once again I'm a little bit lost on the question. Is it there? You have two different elements in each other.
You cut out there for a little bit there with Discord. What'd you say?
Oh, I said, do you have two elements of your community and they're kind of like fighting with each other? The Weeb community and the Rocket League community? Is that what you're saying? And you don't know which one to go more into?
Well, so the content for both of both like styles of my streams are vastly different. They attract different audiences, different people, different kind of community. Like my what's it called? Like my normal community was playing like games that everybody regular stream stuff. That's like relax, chill, have fun, hyped up sometimes. Whereas the Rocket League stuff is pretty kind of aggressive, way different.
Just different kind of branding, right, between those two sides. Like on one hand, you're the Rocket League guy, and on one hand you're the Weeby guy, kind of. And you're trying to decide how to balance that out.
Yeah,
you're only the Rocket League guy on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you just be the Rocket League guy on Sunday and then the Weeb guy the rest of the week, and then the people that like the Rocket League guy will be there on Sunday, like the Weeb guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. Like you can't just like cater to both things in one stream. Like you can't merge two sides of you like that. You know what I mean? Like I understand that you're trying to do both things, but like have a set schedule. Like Sundays, like I'm only doing Rocket League. Like set that aside. Like I'm not doing any weeb stuffs on Sunday. Like that's all the other days of streaming. On Sunday I have this league that I want to do, and that's what we're doing. Like that's like same as Woolsy was saying. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think that would be better for you personally in the long run in terms of like mental health, if you can find that balance. In terms of your channel, I think you'll grow faster if you pick one and go hard after it and sacrifice the other. And it sounds counterintuitive, but basically like the more you can be known as the guy who does this one thing, the better that is for your brand. So you have to kind of think about both sides of it. So if your main goal is just to grow the channel as fast as you can and just build up your own brand, I would say pick one of those two. Probably the Rocket League one is what I'm guessing has more potential just because it's more unique. And if you go hard after that, you'll be known as like the Rocket League guy basically, and that becomes your brand. But you also have to think about, is that going to make me kind of hate what I'm doing because I have to always be streaming Rocket League and be the Rocket League competitive guy. I can never be the weeb laid back guy. So that's the tough question I think you have to wrestle with this.
Well, and also I think it defeat the, like if it's only Sundays and it's like is it a turn stuff each time?
Tournament.
Sorry, you're cutting out. Say that again.
Am I still cutting out?
Yeah, your noise gate on Discord I think is a little high.
I don't think I have a noise gate on Discord.
Or maybe your mic. I don't know. It's something in Discord, but
okay.
Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
That's all right. Just yeah, keep trying.
Well, if it's too bad, I can disconnect them. But basically, what I was saying is that if it's just on Sundays and if it's a turn each time, maybe because if you try to switch over to all that, maybe it might be too much. And maybe why Rocket League is so enjoyable on that one day is because it's special on that one day. And it's a tournament and people care about it and they want to watch it and they want to participate in it. But if it becomes like a whole week thing, it becomes watered down and thus loses a lot of its value, So maybe there is a lot of value to having it on that one day and then the rest of the week on the other side. As long as you're okay with, that your normal week community is not going to enjoy Rocket League, and that's all right. But you can have both of those and you're not being untrue to yourself on either one because you enjoy both for different reasons. And you keep that one day of a really special Rocket League content, and then you balance it with the rest of the stuff that you can do any other week.
Yeah, that's the trade-off there too. It's hard to say,
Yeah,
definitely a hard choice. I'll be spending many hours still deciding what to do exactly. I was even thinking about putting it on a different channel completely because of how big it grew so fast.
Yeah, it's worth thinking about. I think it's not a bad idea. I've thought about that with this podcast too. Or, I'll do the podcast right now is just do it on a certain day a week, which is kind of what you're doing. So it's tricky to think about when you have two conflicting brands that you're trying to make mesh together somehow. Yeah.
We'll get there anyway.
Yeah. Thank you for the question, dude. I appreciate it. We're going to kind of wrap it up here. So
no problem. Well, thank you for having me. I'll catch you all later.
Yep. See you, man. All right, everybody. Well, that is our show, StreamKey Phone-In Friday edition. Thank you so much to WoolsyMammoth for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Where can people find you if they want to check you out?
They can find me at twitch.tv/WoolsyMammoth. I have Twitter and stuff, but I don't use it because I'm bad at that stuff. But yeah, we stream Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 1 and 5 to 9. So 8 hours. I'm sure you'll stumble in there at some point and we'll be live.
Nice. Yeah, guys, definitely go check him out. If someone can drop his link in the chat, that'd be amazing. By the way, so this Phone-In Friday thing is now a weekly show here every week on Fridays with Velokk and I and a special guest. And you guys all calling in to ask amazing questions every Friday at 11. So we'll be back on next week with Supervid will be on as the special guest. And then maybe it sounds like you might have Nexus on in a couple of weeks because he has been a source of lots of content today. So be cool to have a partner streamer on too.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Anything you guys want to say before we wrap it up here?
Bill, you got anything, man?
Thanks for all the questions and everything and all the awesome content that we got to talk about today and everything. I had a lot of fun. I really like this. I think it's a really cool podcast.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it in the chat too. Back again next week. Doc is going to take over on the TRUgaming channel in 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere if you want to see some more Destiny stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. So, adios.